Okay, well, Caleb has mentioned that he wants to fight on Fox. He says right here on Fox in another interview one time. And Al always seems to have some kind of plan, no matter what. And it's hard to find fighters who even complain about Al, you know? So now, you mentioned BENAVIDEZ. I saw an interview with Little Giant Boxing that he says he's willing to come down to 160 to fight Jamal Charlo. Who's the most dangerous fighter in that matchup?
Well, BENAVIDEZ come down to 160.
Yeah, that's what he said.
You're going to cut a leg off. I mean, you know, he struggles to make 168. There is absolutely no way David BENAVIDEZ come down to 160 pounds. You know, listen, David BENAVIDEZ is a great fighter, fun fighter, you know, and very talented, but he ain't coming down to 160. But can we stop having these conversations about any other fight other than Jamal Charlo against Demetrius Andrade? I mean, like, I don't know why you guys, and it's not you guys, right? It's just the media. I don't know why everybody continues to give him a pass by not like.
No, I mean he was just on our show, and we grilled them about Demetrius Andrade and about
but listen, again, it's not just about you, but it's like you got two American middleweight world champions, right? Both tremendous fighters. You got Jamal Charlo saying, I want to unify, you know, I want to be like my bro, I want to do this. And then you've got this other world champion who's saying, I just want the opportunity to fight another champion. I'm ready. And there's never, like, I can't even tell you, there's not even been a conversation. Not a conversation. And it's just baffling. So all we're talking about, and this is the way that it's in-house fights. You know, and this is the whole point of the comments after the Gervonta Davis fight. You're not giving these fighters an opportunity to go out and create a legacy and be great, because you're just trying to match them in-house. You look at Gervonta Davis, you know, Gervonta Davis will never be a great unless he fights Teofimo, unless he fights Ryan Garcia, unless he fights Devin Haney. So we have to just like open our minds a little bit and realize that it's okay to take chances. It's okay to fight a guy from another platform. It's okay to flick a coin in the air every now and again, to have a bit of fun and to chase a dream.
Tyson Fury says that he wants to fight twice in 2021. If he beats Wilder, he wants to fight again, even if it's a mandatory. What's your take on that? I mean, if Joshua get past Usyk, shouldn't that be the next fight for Fury?
What he actually said was even if it was a voluntary, but even if it's a mandatory, even better, because he can fight Dillian Whyte. You know, we're happy with that. Look, Usyk's going to fight Joshua. Looks like September 25th. So it's a tight turnaround for AJ to fight in December, right?
True.
But if Tyson Fury wants another fight in between, let's do the right thing. WBC, Mauricio Suleiman, and Tyson Fury, and give the fight to the mandatory challenger, which is Dillian Whyte. Right? This is another thing that everybody, you know, he'll say, yeah, I'll have another fight. Bring up Dillian Whyte. Tell him to fight his mandatory challenger.
Well, he has to get past the focused Deontay Wilder to get there.
Come on, Brett.
I mean,
listen, I was also the guy who said, are we forgetting about the arbitration? I was also that guy, and you might have said, come on, Barack, back then too.
You can forget about the arbitration, but a guy doesn't just grow ability overnight. That's the difference. And
how does he look to you, though? How does he look to you
exactly the same. I mean, absolutely, like Barack, you're seeing clips, right, on Instagram of him hitting pads with Malik Scott. The movement, exactly the same. The footwork, exactly the same. You're not going to teach him new tricks. Yes, he will always be dangerous, right? He will always have the ability to take any heavyweight out with one punch, right? And therefore, you cannot rule him out in this fight. And I'm not saying he has no chance. He's exactly the same fighter. He's also mentally, completely and utterly defeated, right? I mean, you only have to look at the almost like the psychoanalysis of what's unfolded in the last 3 or 4 months by his comments and everything. So he's not gonna just learn things with Malik Scott to beat Tyson Fury.
So am I the only one who really sees the difference as soon as the fight started that he didn't have legs? Now, I don't know the reason, But am I the only one that I compare all his other fights to that fight, and he was not on his toes even from round one. So there had to be something.
He actually got hurt badly in round one. Actually got hurt in every round. But I don't know why that is. I mean, look, sometimes fighters get in the ring and their emotion, their confidence, they're drained. I mean, look, are we really going to sit here and say that it was because of his ring walk posture?
I don't know why. I'm just saying that he wasn't the same Deontay that just beat Ortiz and was on his toes until the 5th round.
Every round against Luis Ortiz.
Yeah, but he just fought differently. He fought more defensive.
He was 7-0 down, and Luis Ortiz is about 62 years old. Right. So, show me the major wins of Deontay Wilder's heavyweight career.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really agree with Barack on that. I just think Fury is just a better fighter.
I agree with Barack. I don't think he looked as sharp as
he. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because he got jumped on. He got jumped on early.
He completely
got jumped on early.
He got jumped on. He didn't know what to do. His emotion, his nervous energy just exhausted him. And by the way, Tyson Fury probably did a job on him in the build-up as well. So he gets to the ring walk. He ain't the same fighter. It's the nervous energy. It's everything, the emotion. So already his tank is depleted. Then he gets jumped on. Then he gets hurt. And he doesn't have. If you jump on Deontay Wilder, he doesn't have the physical attributes to deal with that. What he does have is knockout power, and you can never rule him out in any fight. And he's exciting to watch. This isn't a let's knock Deontay Wilder. He is what he is. He's not really, and again, like people might say, what I'm talking, he's not a boxer, really. Like he was someone that found boxing. He's not. Look at Tyson Fury. The guy's been fighting since he was about 2 years old, right? He's a natural fighter. He does things but what Wilder does have is tremendous punch power. So, like, he'll always be in the fight, but like he lost the first fight by 3 or 4 rounds, and Tyson Fury was coming back with very little confidence, with very little momentum, and in the second fight, it was a complete and utter mismatch. So I expect exactly the same.
Even though you're saying he still has that power, so anything can happen, but it's like you're ruling it out.
I expect exactly the same as the first 2 fights, which is basically a domination from Tyson Fury. But if he gets chinned, it could be over. And that's why Deontay Wilder is exciting to watch. Yeah. But I don't see, there's not going to be a sudden drastic improvement of footwork and boxing IQ from Deontay Wilder. Yeah, maybe Malik can improve his inner confidence and tell him that he's doing everything great. But he's not all of a sudden just going to become technically great through a 6-8 month camp with Malik Scott. But all he has to do is land the detonator on Tyson Fury, and he'll win the fight if he does that. If he hits Tyson Fury clean, he has a very good chance of winning this fight. But he will lose every single round, basically, of this fight.
All right, well, on that note, Eddie, appreciate you taking the time. Hopefully we'll get a Caleb Plant Canelo announcement next week or something. And talk to you soon, Eddie. Thanks.
Good guys, take care.